Many blessings and peace. So we just did a live call and wanted to share a few things with you about staying happy in crazy times, because right now there's a lot of craziness going on and it's probably going to get worse for a while, and it might get a lot worse, and there's a lot of fear, a lot of stress, a lot of worry, and we can get caught up in that. We can get disturbed, we can feel stress, we can kind of panic and run around, or we can be happy and relaxed and at peace. And some people say they feel guilty feeling happy. They feel like they should be stressed out. They should be, in a state of panic like everyone else. But we don't believe that. We think you're much, much, much better off staying in your joy and being part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
Exactly. Our happiness is a great blessing to the world. Our happiness brings lightness. It brings feelings of peace and calm. When you see someone just smiling and beaming, you feel those vibrations and you can't help but smile yourself. And one of our students for the Raj Yoga course was just saying how she feels guilty being happy when there's so many bad news stories and bad things going on. And, I told her, well, look at the example of the crabs in a bucket. If crabs are in a bucket, you actually don't need to put a lid on top, because as one crab starts to try and crawl out of the bucket of sorrow, all the other crabs will actually pull that crab back in. And we don't have to be that crab that gets pulled back in. We can exit the bucket and show the other crabs that freedom and happiness is possible, regardless of circumstances. There's always going to be something. We can always find a reason to be in sorrow, to be in fear, to be in panic.
Absolutely.
There's always going to be a way to find a reason. And we can choose to be part of the solution. To remember, I am the powerful, bright, unlimited soul. I belong to the divine, the powerhouse. And as I remember that, I recharge myself on the deepest level, then I too become like a mini sun, a mini spiritual sun, emanating those vibrations of light.
So it's our duty to be happy. Arielle and I spend a lot of time together, and we were just sharing that if I'm unhappy and disturbed and stressed out and is that a problem for you?
It's definitely unpleasant.
It's unpleasant, and if she's distressed, then it's not good for me. So we owe it to each other to be happy and be in a good space in relationships, and we owe it to the world as well. And it doesn't mean that our life's not going to have problems. Like right now I've got a bit of a headache. I had some health stuff last night. I felt a bit sick. But I can still be happy anyway. Take your medicine, be happy, get on with it. So we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to others, and we're going to make a much, much better impact and be able to solve problems and make a difference by staying in a good space to the degree that we can, and we can keep pushing that up and we can keep increasing it. And as we focus on that, then it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So thank you for your contribution to happiness and good feelings and solutions.
And remember that problems and happiness don't coexist very easily in our minds, right? And we're not saying this as sort of a kind of rosy colored glasses, like la-di-da-di type thing. No. But no, you actually need significant spiritual power and strength to maintain a happy, real state of being. So this is actually quite a high level spiritual practice. And we thank you for your presence, for your commitment to maintaining a higher state of consciousness, because as you know, those vibrations of a higher state of consciousness are ultimately what support everyone else around us too.
That's right. So focus on your good feelings, stay in your happiness, and remember it's very practical, because if you have two people, one person's freaking out and in constant panic, and the other person's thinking clearly in a good space and coming up with ideas about what to do about it, to move forward, to produce a result, to make a positive difference, which of those two people is going to get more benefits. So we want you to be that other person, and we want to do that ourselves, and I think if we all keep doing that, we will all benefit massively. So thank you.
Wishing you many blessings and a happy filled day. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Like games?